Okay, I guess I'm back. But I broke this part of the windshield wiper right there, so I'll have to get you a new arm. Let me shut this door. It's really windy here today. Doors work good. Oh, I got the key in my hand, and the door key goes in here, and it turns like that, and then the door doesn't open. So you just put the key in there. I don't know if you saw that. You open this, the door doesn't open. You put the key in there, and you turn it, and then it works. That's only on the driver's side. The passenger side doesn't have a lock. The emblem on the front, it's got some pits on it. I'm not, you can see them there. It's the original emblem, and that's the bumper, front bumper. It's pretty well dentless, and it's got, these are aftermarket. The ones that were there were awful, so I had some new ones made for the bus. They look exactly like the other. Matter of fact, this is the original rubber, but the aluminum part's new. Headlights, these have a little bit of the silver going on the inside. On the inside of these, those are the original lenses. That's the other headlight. They're pretty well, got hardly any pits in them or anything. They're pretty nice. And that's the other turn signal. I've got a new latch to put on the inside. These both were white latches. I put a chrome one on that one because one time when I pulled the door shut, I broke the latch. So I do have a new chrome latch right there. I'll put that on there. But the door works good. You can see how good the metal is. I mean, it's really good. That's the package tray underneath there, headlight things. I did replace that emergency brake handle. It does work. It's got the original cables underneath. That's the heat control. It works. The door shuts good. And let's see. The lock also works on this side. Same thing. It won't open. So, and it also works on the back latch up above. That's not the right latch on the handle. The louvers are all good. They're not bent up. The fender looks, I mean, this looks good. There is like a place here in where something's hit it, rubbed against it. I'll try to get underneath of it. It's got that one tip exhaust on the muffler. These are the louvers on the other side. Now, some of this glass has some bubbling. I'll try to see if you can see it. Right down along here, it's got bubbles between the layers of glass. A couple of them have it. This is all the original glass. This has got one right here just along the edge. They're all right along the edge. That's about all I can show you, I guess. And that's what the floor looks like. This thing on the brake keeps sliding up and down. It's supposed to stay down. I put the carpet in here. This is just a little foot thing that comes off the brights and dims. It works. Oh, up above, this all works. This either blows the air out to the side, or you turn it and it blows it to the back. Turns it back. That's all original. And this is lets the air in the front, and that works. Dome lights work. Going back there where it goes. This is the headliner. Originally, the headliner had a rubber bead that went around here. I mean, I put this headliner in 20 years ago. Couldn't find one, so there was a rubber hose in that groove, and I put screws in and screwed this piece of trim all the way around. I mean, if you wanted it originally, you'd have to change that. That speaker box there has got those 2 big speakers in it, and this is the amp. The battery system on this bus isn't big enough to really run that, so sometimes it kicks off. But if you take the speakers out, I didn't cut the bus or anything. If you take the speakers out, you can reach inside the box and unscrew it, and that whole box will come off that those speakers are in. That's the heater that's in the back. And a couple more speakers back there. This is the original mat, and the places that where the seats bolt. There is that piece of 1/2-inch plywood underneath that carpet that if you're going to put the seats in, you'd have to cut through to do that. Those are the original hooks on each side, the garment hooks. These latches all work on the windows. I don't know. It's getting sort of, the sun's getting sort of down, so it's sort of hard to, but yeah, these just come around and pop in place. Anyway, I will try to get underneath, figure out a way. I'll probably do that tomorrow. I'm going to see if I can send you this video today, see if I can figure out even how to do that. I don't know if you can tell, but the bus is really straight down the sides. It's never been wrecked. The rear bumper is off a 65, so it's got the wrong ends. They're pointed. On the 63s, they were just a slant. This corner is the only corner I had to really fix as far as body work goes. It was sitting down on this corner, and it dented it up in, and I had to pound it back out. And rocker over here on this right here, and that's one of the new jack stands. That's the other new jack stands. I don't know if you can see under here or not, but that's the underside of the bus. I'll just throw the camera around under there so maybe you can see a little bit. I haven't cleaned under there or anything since I got it out, but that's what it looks like under there. It's just, you know, it's pretty good there. Now, on the bottom of these doors, this one's not too bad. It must be the other. That metal's pretty thin right along here. It got pretty rusty, but you really can't see it. But it's not bad, but it's got a few places right in here where it had rusted back a little bit, and the same on the other door. It doesn't show when the doors are shut, but if you open them up and get down and look under here, it's got some rust. It's right along the edge of the metal, but other than that, there's a pipe in the middle that I replaced on the other side of the bus, and I mean it doesn't leak, so or it hasn't been. It hasn't ran for 5 years, so I you know, the brakes were a little grabby today when I drove it. I'll go down the other side and put the camera under there. I don't know if you'll be able to see anything or not, but and this door you just lift it up and it just goes shut. And that lock also works here if I get the key in the right way. Yeah, that works. So you can lock this. Well, I get the key in there right. Well, or unlock it. It works. That's original tail light lens on both sides. Everything was working. Turn signals, tail light. This is the other side. Up under here. That's the other jack stand I put in. This one here in the front I didn't replace. That jack stand was okay. We'll crawl around to the front and you can look. I don't know if we're seeing anything or not, but I'll at least give you the best shot I can give you. That's around the front. That's a steering box. I have an extra one I'll send you. That's the front end. It's got a little bit of play in the steering. Just right where it goes straight, the steering wheel will move back and forth about a ½ inch or so, 3/4. But I drove it today, ran it up about 40 miles an hour. Drove around town and came back. Okay, I'm going to shut this off and I'm going to see if I can send this to you.